Hello everybody, coming to you today from Anew Image Fitness, and I'm going to bring to you today a yoga routine that is both standing and moving down onto the mat. Of course, I always go through flows. I hold with breath. I want to really stretch out really well, de-stress, and just work on my flexibility, balance, and mobility. So just follow along with me today. I'll do my best as I can to cue you and have you prepared for the next, but it's kind of like follow the leader. Just follow along with me. Don't worry about keeping up. This video is something you can go back and reference to over and over, which is what I do a lot of times when I'm learning. And until you know the flow, and then you can make it your own, and you won't have to rely so much on stopping and looking at the video. So here we go. I'm going to start just grounding onto my mat. My mat is doubled. I have a thick Pilates mat underneath my basic yoga mat. This creates a little bit of instability for my ankles, which increases my balance work. So basically it creates more work than just having the thin yoga mat alone. I like it for the cushion to my knees and wrists though also, and I like that balance challenge. So be aware that if you double mat like this, it's a squishy surface, so it's going to make it about an 1.5 inches thick, and it is going to challenge your balance. So here we go. We're rounding down through mountain. I'm going to be about 3/4 of the way up my mat so I can work my way back. I like to work barefooted so I get good foot mobility as I work. So grounding down through mountain, of course, anytime we're standing. Inhale through the nose, exhale really deep. I like to take about 3 good grounding breaths. I work a lot with my eyes closed, if you notice, because I can really get into my body that way and just start feeling my body and not be distracted by things that are around me. And I also just find it more relaxing that way, and it does add more of a balance challenge when you close your eyes and you're moving through movements with your eyes closed, or holding a stance with your eyes closed. One more good breath, and then we're going to reach up to the sun, bringing those arms out and up, palms facing each other. Let's just bring those back down, palms facing forward to mountain, warming up the shoulders. Timing your breath with your movement. On this last one, we're going to come up, palms are going to face each other, and then we're going to turn them to face forward and go into a forward fold, completely down. I get my legs straight. I'm working to stretch my hamstrings. Palms are flat on the mat. I'm stretching through the shoulders. Just really letting everything loosen up good. And then I'm just going to roll back up through the spine. Back to mountain pose. Good breath here. Going to do that again 2 more times. One thing I do want to note is that I am not locking my knees out, guys. They are straight, but they are soft. They're not locked out. And hopefully each time you come down into this forward fold and you just relax into it, everything gets looser. Your hamstrings loosen up. Roll back up into mountain pose. Big breath here. And you just get slowly stretched out. Don't feel pressured that you have to go where I'm going, especially getting started. I've been doing yoga and Pilates for years, and I'm talking since I was 16, so I'm 46 now. That's a long time. So it takes a long time to get this flexible, and it takes a lot of work to maintain it. So you got to start where you're at, as I always say, start where you're at and listen to your body. So if you can only go halfway down there, that's okay. just go halfway down and relax into it. And just do what you can do. Inhaling up overhead, we're going to go into that forward fold one more time, and we're going to stay in here. This time we're going to step back into down dog. I'm stepping back into my down dog where I can have my heels on the floor. So heels are on the mat, knees are not locked out, they're straight and soft, so I can still bend them if I want to. Palms are flat. I've got a good wedge shape going on in my down dog. Stretching through those shoulders and breathing. I'm going to step in with my left leg to the center of the mat. Right leg is still back here in down dog position. I haven't changed my hand movement, so I'm in a long lunge in my leg position. I'm going to drop this knee on the right leg down to the mat. Toes are flexed. And then I'm going to release those toes, taking them flat to the mat. And I'm going to sink my weight just a little bit into this left leg. You can see I'm at a sharp, there you go, you can see my leg angle. I'm at a sharp bend in this knee. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk this back to where I am in a good stacked position with my knee and ankle. Being on this double mat, this is working balance. Having to work to stay nice and upright. I'm going to bring this up straight, bringing my body straight up over my knee. So there's knee, hip, shoulders, straight up here. And on this leg, the right leg, knee is down, aligned straight with the ankle, foot and toes are flat on the mat, going straight back. I'm just holding this and breathing, letting my balance work, building some strength in these legs, good posture. And I'm going to add a little bit more challenge to this hold. I'm going to bring my arms out, and I'm going to bring them up, palms facing each other. This is a kneeling warrior one position. So just reaching up tall through the body. Keep your posture in check. Woo. See what I mean about this mat? It gives me a balance challenge. It also allows me to hold these positions on my knees a little bit longer because my knees get cranky. They're old and they've had a lot of work. Now I'm going to bring this down, folding back into fingertip position across this left knee, and I'm going to walk myself back into this deep lunge position. So good stretch here, stretching the back of the ankle, that Achilles, stretching the calf, stretching the knee. And then I'm going to grab the mat with my toes. So I'm flexing my toes and preparing to rise. I'm going to rise up and then all the way back through that original position, stepping back into down dog, stretch that out. And what I do to one side of the body, of course I'm going to do to the other. So I'm going to step this right leg in, center position here. Hands are still square. Let my body adjust, giving it a couple of breaths. Dropping the left knee down and releasing. So releasing through that toe. If you find that your Achilles is really tight, you just release that immediately. So now I'm going to get in this deep lunge here and adjust my foot position because I want that foot flat on the floor as I get into this deep lunge position. You can see where I'm at with this leg. So I'm holding this, letting everything stretch out. And now I'm going to walk it back to that good stacked position. Once I get there, I'm going to rise up, bring my good posture upright, holding and breathing. Letting some work go on here. On this double mat, my body is constantly adjusting for balance. Really good exercise too. Now, of course, I'm going to bring this on into a little bit bigger challenge. Bring those arms up into this kneeling warrior one, and breathe. I use my breath to steady me. And now I'm going to take this back down into this first deep kneeling position. Good long runner's lunge. I focus on keeping that heel down. This leg is not as flexible as the other, so my heel wants to rise. I'm going to work with that. That's why you work with where you are in your yoga practice. You're always working to improve. You know where your strengths and your weaknesses are, and you're working through those at your own pace. And I'm going to grab this toe, sit back up to rise up onto this leg, and return to this first position. So I'm stretching out here just a moment, returning to my bent position, and then walking it back to the down dog, stretching through. So we did some work with the hip flexors bent. So now I'm going to stretch them out. So I'm going to bring myself down into a plank and then lower my knee down onto the mat and release the toes. I'm going to walk myself forward a little bit on the mat so you can see toes are flat, release down. Now I'm just going to take and chaturanga down to the mat into crocodile. I'm just going to sit in crocodile for just a moment, let everything stretch out and adjust. Bring my hands slightly forward where they're in line with my shoulders. Then I'm going to rise into cobra. And really stretch it out. Find you feel good in your lower back. Stretch those hip flexors, stretch those psoas. Really just feel that good stretch all the way through the body. And breathe. And of course, if any hold at any time causes you pain or it doesn't feel good, immediately get out of it. It's not right for you. Not every position, posture, hold, and movement is right for everyone. Do what is right for you. Going back down onto the mat, gonna relax. I'm gonna shoot my arms forward, raise my legs, stretch out really long, stretch through the fingers. Hold just a moment, release that, and come back into a tabletop position. Breathe, good flat back, neutral neck, and just breathing in tabletop. So here, we're going to do a bird dog hold. So I'm going to extend out, opposite arm and leg, straight out from the shoulder and the hip, and I'm just going to hold this and breathe. Pull that core in, tighten that tummy, pull it in, and hold. About 3 good breaths, and then switch that out. So taking that out to the other side, there's balance in this, there's strength, tighten that core, tighten that tummy, use your core. And release. One more time to each side. Here we go. Original position. And switch. And release. And again, bird dog will tell you when you move too fast or you move one arm or one leg not level with the other, because it will tip your balance. You'll know it. So you just kind of stop and reset. Anytime you get off balance, you stop and reset. So we're going to come into a cat-cow. So I'm going to sink down into cow. Really stretch out the front part of the body. Stretch that belly. Breathe. Now I'm going to rise into cow. By doing that, I'm going to pull in my belly button first, rise up through the spine, all the way up to a full arch. Find my feel good a really good stretch in my lower back, my hips, and my shoulders, and breathe. And drop down into cow. I like to say with my yoga flows or my flowing movements and stretches, when you find your feel-good spot, and by feel-good I mean, like, you know when you wake up in the morning and you want to stretch and you're laying in the bed and you stretch and it feels oh so good, kind of a little really good, really bad all rolled into one, but it's just like a little slice of heaven. Tuck that belly button, gather, and roll up into cat. That's your feel-good feeling. That's where you want to find your stretches, where you're like, oh, this feels so good. And you want to hold that on the cusp of what I refer to as the comfortable, uncomfortable. So it is where your stretch is at the level that it feels good, it's comfortable, it just feels really nice. But if you take it any further, it gets into that uncomfortable, doesn't feel good zone. So you want to stay out of the uncomfortable zone and stay on the cusp of the comfortable, uncomfortable. When you do it, when you go through and you do these videos and you practice a few times, you'll find that and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about then. So one more time, we're going to drop down into cow, finding my feel-good spot, sitting right into that cusp of the comfortable, uncomfortable. And I'm going to gather that belly button, roll back up through the spine, into cat, breathe and stretch. And then I'm going to level out into tabletop. Gather my legs up through down dog. And now I'm going to walk my legs forward into forward fold. Breathe here just a moment. And roll back up into mountain. All right. So that is going to be your flow for the day. Practice that. Watch this video over and over again. Do it at your own pace. That's how you get good at things. That's how you learn the movements and learn your body. So enjoy this. Practice. Feel good. Stretch out. This is a great thing to do before going into another type of workout or after a day of hard work or a good workout. Whatever you've done, even if that includes just going for a good walk. This is a really good thing to do as a warm-up or a cool-down stretch or just to improve your flexibility in general. So have a great day here in Tennessee. We have got some amazing weather outside. I plan to enjoy it. Hopefully I'm going to get the boys, my horses out, groom them up. They look terrible right now. And I also, of course, plan to join my walking group. We're doing really good at social distancing. We're staying about anywhere from 4 to 6 feet apart. Still able to carry on a conversation, although we're kind of projecting to each other. And we're getting in about 4 miles in the afternoon. So it's a great time to get out, enjoy that, be safe, use your social distancing techniques. You know, of course, if you don't feel good, don't join your group by any means if you have any doubts. Walking alone is very peaceful too. I do a lot of that as well. But have a great day, enjoy this flow, and see you guys later.